Hi, Gareth. I just thought I'd run through a couple things about the spreadsheet. This is an example of sort of the current spreadsheet, and it should look about the same to you as the one you've been using. There are a few differences. Here are the three data blocks for the years, and you can see they're lined up. The current one is on top, and then it goes chronologically backwards. Over here, these are pretty similar to what you've seen. I've adjusted what these do just a little bit, and right now, since the year's over, these all match over here. But as you do the next year and as you start to fill it in, you'll see what they do, and we can talk about whether it's good or not, whether it should be changed, all that kind of thing. I did change the attendance breakdown a little for ease of graphing and ease of the modularity, and it kind of is spread out here, but you don't put anything in there, so it doesn't really matter. Down here I just did some analytics that I wanted to do, and again, since the year's over, these predictive values and these projected values are all kind of not very much of a prediction because the year's over. But watch as the next year starts. The predictions at the beginning of the next year will be terrible because they're based on what's happened so far, and nothing's happened so far. So it's going to take some weeks for it to make any sense at all. But you can figure that out. Now, these data blocks are designed so that the only thing you ever do, anybody ever does, is change the light blue. These are just numbers. There's not any formulas in here, and this is where you'd put in the giving. This is where you would put in the attendance, and so for 1 week you'd put a number here, 4 numbers here, and you're done. That's it. There's nothing else anywhere that you need to do ever, I hope. These dates, these formulas, these how many Sundays are here and how many Sundays are there, everything changes based off of these data blocks. For instance, if I wanted to see what a 53-week year would look like, because you see this is a 52 Sunday year, I could just quickly change this. Now it's a bad idea, but it doesn't really matter. And now it thinks it's 2017, and so you can see it's given me 53 Sundays, and these are the dates of those Sundays, and it's changed all the dates everywhere. But that's not really what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to leave that the year 2020. So I thought we would, to show you what's going on a little bit, I thought I would just quickly change this out. So what we could do is we could take the blank 2021 from the data backup. We copy the whole blue thing, including the reserved part. So when you go to copy, I think I clicked something incorrectly. So when you go to copy, copy the entire blue rectangle, and then up here, I like to click in the top left-hand corner and then paste. And that changes everything everywhere. You don't have to change the dates over here in the chart. You don't have to change anything. Everything's keyed off these data blocks. So now where do we want 2020? Well, we could have just copied and pasted it down below, but I'm showing you how to use the data backups. So here's 2020. And let me make sure I'm putting it in the right place. So that's good old year 2020. And then we'll go to the data backup. And we'll get 2019. And we will copy it here. And then let's just go over and look. Notice that took, I don't know, you time it. It took maybe 2 minutes, and the next year's spreadsheet's ready to go, and you can start putting stuff in. So the years are easily changeable, and you can analyze any years you want. Notice these dates have changed. Notice everything has changed. These dates have changed. There is just really nothing else to do. So then you put in the numbers here, and off you go. Now over here we're going to have some blanks because, of course, these haven't been put in, but most of those blanks are understandable, I think. This is pretty useless, but notice it's set back to week 0 because that's what it thinks it's on, week 0. And up here, notice it's set on 0 months as well. So I think that's a pretty good explanation of what is going on. If you find these analytics to be helpful, great. If you don't like them, you could get rid of them. If you don't care, you could just ignore them. I put them in here because I kind of found them interesting. I found it interesting that the weekly averages, for instance, basically go down. I wasn't sure. I knew first week would be great, second week would be pretty good, fifth week might not be so good, but then the 5th week in December might be good. So I just wasn't sure, and just looking at the averages, I sort of liked it. But if you can think of other analytics that you want put here, I'd be happy to put them in. It's fine with me. So anyway, that's enough rambling. I hope this is helpful to you.